Hey folks, I'm James Sunderland, and today we're heading way downstairs to show you how to clean a flooded basement and repair the pipes that cause the issue. Stick around.
Sunderland shows you how.
Well, hello once again, and welcome back to Nathan Plays Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams. My name is Nathan, and this is Silent Hill 2 for the Xbox. In the previous episode, we wandered around town solving the world's largest escape room, I guess. We found a wrench and a key, and we went through the Historical Society. We went down and then further down, too far down, and ended up in what appears to be some sort of a horrible, grody cafeteria, I guess. Trays around and things. Had a run-in with a friend of ours, and now we're going to go explore the rest of the building here. Now, what's funny is I was extremely close to the map for this area, but I won't find it until much later. Yes, we are in a prison. Interestingly, our radio is freaking out, but there doesn't appear to be anybody around. Some of them are in the cells there. Excuse you. And we also hear the heavy plodding of footsteps up above. This cell has a wax doll and a whole lot of intriguing decorations on the walls. Books are scattered all over the bed and floor. On Sacrifice and the Art of Demon Summoning, Tome of the Seer, The Feast of the Succubi, The Fallen Angels of Mercy and Favor. I guess I shouldn't worry about these too much. Yeah, alright, well let's look at the wax doll. It's a doll carved from wax. It was lying in the cell. It's kind of... We can't examine it more closely, but it sort of looks crude. I guess it looks a lot like what you would expect a wax doll found in a cell to look like. Out here, the enemies are a little more of a direct threat to us. But we have a shotgun. Got some handgun bullets there. Very nice. Perhaps confiscated from a prisoner. Got some rifle shells. Looks to be something of a storage area here. There are blood-stained clothes here. I suppose we got whatever we were going to find in there. Across the hall is this extremely open area. Somehow worse than confined hallways in some ways. And there's looks to be a gallows here. Some cryptic markings. I give you blood to atone for the 3 sins, is written on top of the painting. Beneath the painting are 3 square depressions. Okay, there's a figure on there that looks vaguely familiar. So we're going to go ahead and put in Gluttonous Pig that we found last time. Seems natural that it's going to go in there. There's not really anything to do with the order of them, at least not on this skill level. Check out the other corners of the room, and yeah, there really is nothing else in here. So we'll head out. Another row of cells. I don't have a map of this area. That's right. However, I do have a map of kind of the overworld. We know that we're somewhere between the Historical Society and the resort. The footsteps are there entirely for effect. I'll reveal now that that's not something we'll have to deal with, really. It's just a jailer. Here we have what appears to be a visitation room, but the desk has been broken inward, and we can get to the other side, to the administration area of the prison. I got a lighter. Metal lighter. Looks like the flame is stronger than normal lighters. Well, let's combine it with the wax thing. See if we can melt that. No? Alright. Keep looking around here. Having a little trouble remembering which way I came. Ugh, no. Okay, I've probably mentioned this before, but in horror games particularly, I hate video game bathrooms. It's just a place for things to jump out at you. Narrow stalls. I knock on the door, but there's no answer. See, that's exactly the kind of garbage I'm talking about. I hate them. Nothing worse than having to go into a video game bathroom in a spooky game. Anyway, nothing comes of that. The noise we heard from the stall, it's just another instance of Silent Hill messing with you. However, over this urinal, there's a save point. So let's go ahead and make use of the save point, not necessarily the urinal. You might think that brandishing a shotgun and one-shotting most of the enemies that I find around here would take a lot of the scare out of this game, but not so. There's a heavy oppressive psychological element to it, and there are things like the noises in the bathroom that's not something that that a weapon will solve. So in some games, having a weapon sort of diminishes the power of the enemies you're facing, but an ampoule. Those are pretty rare. I don't think we've seen one of those in quite a while, actually. Yeah, you might think that having a weapon diminishes the scariness, but not for me. Not for me. There's a magazine here. I've never seen it before. It's probably a locally published magazine. Toluca Lake, the town's main tourist attraction. This clear, beautiful lake has another side as well. It may seem like just a typical ghost story that you might find in any number of old towns across the country, but in this case, the legend is true. On a fog-bound November day in 1918, the Little Baroness, a ship filled with tourists, failed to return to port. A newspaper article from back then simply says it most likely sunk for some reason. Despite an extensive police search, not a single fragment of the ship nor any of the 14 bodies of passengers or crew has ever been recovered to this day. In 1939, an even stranger incident occurred. There are many pages torn out. Many corpses rest at the bottom of this lake. Their bony hands reach up towards the boats that pass overhead. Perhaps they reach for their comrades. Huh, some light reading there. It's probably fine. What are we looking at? We got another storeroom here in the offices, some cabinetry. I got handgun bullets. Follow James's eye line there to get a hunting rifle. Oh my. And some rifle shells. Wonderful. We found a few rifle shells already, but now we actually have the rifle to go with it. Rifle shells are pretty rare compared to the other types of ammo, and the rifle is extremely powerful, so we are going to save it for emergencies. We have plenty of shotgun and pistol ammo, so no real need to get into the rifle until we have to. So there wasn't much to see around that area that I opened up. There's sort of a hatch in the floor that we'll get to later we weren't able to open. I made my way back to the main part of the prison and finally found the map. So as you can see, I've crossed off quite a bit of it, and without having one. I actually did not bad. Pretty thorough. Feeling pretty good about myself there. So there were a few more places that we could get to, or try to get to, as the case may be. I hear one of those fellas crawling around there. Not appreciated. Stop it. Switched back to the pistol for the time being. And I think there was, yeah, there it is. Okay, we got the lighter on the other side of this window. So at this point, the editing will proceed a little more rapidly as I just kind of went around and crossed off some of the areas that I missed on my first pass. This is sort of an inner, I don't know what this is, like the solitary confinement rooms, I suppose. Yeah, I guess this is solitary. The hole. Only the worst of the worst end up here, and I should know. I'm talking about me personally, not James Sunderland. And I'm not actually talking. I've never been, obviously, to prison. But inside this, what looks to be a shower area, we have the tablet of the Seductress. So that's 2 out of 3 that we need for the gallows in the big room. Let's take a closer look. It is a metal tablet with Seductress drawn on the side, found in the shower room. Ooh. Yep. Pretty seductive. Feeling ways about things. This is in the... Oh, okay. Keep it down, please. This is in the second row of cells. This one opens. There are magazines here, nothing of particular interest. And there's our third tablet, the tablet of the oppressor. So now we have all 3, and we can return to the big room. Let's take a quick look, closer look at the oppressor. Much like the others, it is a metal tablet with something drawn on the side. And somebody sort of visibly oppressing another person. The iron barred door is tightly closed. I can't get it open. Wait a minute. Am I stuck here? Magazines. So it took a while of kind of futzing around to realize the trick is turn off the radio. Not sure why. But it'll let you out once the radio's off. And you can turn it right back on. Curious. Anyway, back to the big room to insert the other 2 tablets that we found. No need to worry about the order. James knows. And the Seductress. Okay. So, there are 3 ropes hanging from the scaffold. There was that quite alarming noise, but I'm also hearing on headphones how there's kind of rustling noises all around you in the room, which is great. Back on the doors, I found a horseshoe. Okay. Really? Metal horseshoe. It's hanging in the door of the square. So that's basically what we came here to get. But I have an idea. We didn't really pause on it. I kind of edited past it earlier. But way on the other side, near that save point on the map, there was a hatch in the floor that we couldn't get open. So, I think we have the ingredients that we need. There's a cover on the ground, but I can't open it. There's only a depression left where there was probably once a handle. That was the hint I got earlier. Well then, why don't we... If I want to put this wax into the hole, I'll have to melt it first. Oh, okay, fair enough. We'll use the lighter in the wax. There's no point in just melting the wax. Okay, alright, so we're going to do, I think, our first ever 3-item combine. Do it all at the same time. And, hey presto, we have a handle. On the situation. Hey-oh. Alright, well, will you jump in? Further down we go. We find ourselves in more of the prison-like area. Lock's broken. Can't open anything. And, ooh, we appear to be in the morgue. The corpse smells nauseating of rotten flesh. I think I accidentally skipped the first bit of dialogue, but I think James wonders if it moved briefly just there. The corpse into this hole? Not the corpse. There's a hole in the floor. I can't see the bottom. How far does this thing go? Will you go down? Yeah. Another hole. Do I really have to drop through it? Nope. We're going to look around real quick. There's nothing else here. Nice painting. Flowers. Oh, sorry, not flowers. Sink. What are we looking at, James? Oh, it's inside the elevator? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's stuff in the corners. First aid kit. Some more ammo. Oh, good. And the doors have closed behind us, and we're now moving. I hope it's good that this is happening. I will say I do enjoy psychological games with sort of impossible geometry like this. The idea of just going further and further down is, when it doesn't really make physical sense to be doing that, is delicious. The things on the walls, as you examine the holes, like there's doors where they shouldn't be and sinks and such. Love it. Not exactly the express elevator, but we are going further down. At least we didn't have to fall on our faces or bottoms this time. It's getting warm in here, or is it just me? And after all that, a fairly normal looking room and door. Well, with all that intrigue built up, that's actually what we're going to call it for today. Find out what continues to be at the bottom of all this. As always, thank you ever so much for watching. Really appreciate your patience while I make these, and we'll see you next mission.